Now this is a video I've wanted to make for a long time and a topic I really wanted to know more about as a player. How much does what your acoustic guitar string is made of and coated with actually affect the tone, volume, playability, loudness, all those things that can change the subtle nuances between different strings? How much difference does that actually make? Elixir are one of the most popular string manufacturers out there, chosen by tens of thousands of guitarists, including myself, and companies like Yamaha, Maton and Tanglewood, to name a few. With me here today, I have 3 sets of Elixir strings, one of each type that they make, and they are each made out of either a different metal or have a different coating on them. I want to know, is there really that much difference between them? Should you go bulk buy, stock up and get your favorite one now? Or does it not matter? Should you get which one is cheapest on the shelf? There is in fact only one way to find out. But before we get to the comparison, let me tell you a little bit about these strings for some extra context. For a mini science lesson, Elixir 8020 strings are made out of 80% copper and 20% zinc, which is more commonly known as brass. The Phosphor bronze strings are made up of 92% copper and 8% tin, which is more commonly known as bronze. The other variable we have is the coating. Now, love or hate coatings on strings, because there is a lot of love or hate for these in online forums, but their purpose is to stop dirt and debris getting stuck in the tiny winds of the strings, causing the string to not vibrate as freely, killing your tone and the feel of your string as well. If you want to find out more about the issue of dirt getting stuck in your strings and how to kind of mitigate that aging process, click on the little video that's popped up there or the link in my bio, and I've made a video all about how to help this. Polyweb is a slightly thicker Teflon coating as opposed to the Nanowebs that's a very slightly newer and thinner option. Again, if that affects the tone, we are about to find out. I absolutely chickened out for naming what the coating is made of, but oh no, maybe I should give it a go. Okay, here we go. It is definitely not checking on my phone. Okay, definitely not checking on my phone. Polytetrafluoroethylene. Take 2. Polytetrafluoroethylene. That was pretty close. I'll take it. Any clever people, just let me know how I did in the comments below, or how you actually say it. I do. But anyway, Elixir claims that these differences can be summed up very neatly in this little banner I'll put up here somewhere, which you find on the back of every single packet that you buy. But with ambiguous and subjective adjectives on the back like full, rich and focused, I feel like there's only one way to really know exactly how these play and how they feel, and that is to do a side-by-side comparison. An ABC, if you will. Easy as 1, 2, 3. I'll play everything on a 2014 OM42 Martin, and I will mic it up with an AKG 4-on-4 XL2. Everything will be timestamped below, so if you want to skip between all the different types of playing. We'll have strumming, finger picking, flat picking, and maybe some little arpeggiated chords as well. Okay, so in conclusion, what did I think? Well, I feel like all these strings hold that Elixir, the Elixir high-end shing, shwi. You know, like the little fairy dust thing that I feel like Elixir strings do, either very well or you find a bit harsh. There's two sides of this camp. They all had that very strong characteristic. There was very subtle differences between them, however. The first set, which was the Phosphor Bronze Nanoweb, they claim it to be rich, full, and smooth. It sounds like they're just describing a whiskey, to be honest with you. Yeah, big shing. Can I say swing? A lot of high-end brilliance on the string, a lot of clarity in the notes. I also, ironically, felt that about the second set, which was the 8020 Nanowebs. They think they're slightly more focused sounding, according to their little spiel. Yeah, I guess I could get on board and say perhaps they did have a tiny bit more detail, maybe a little bit more string separation. But for me, the last set of strings on this Martin anyway, because I feel like Martin guitar's whole thing is that slightly more earthy, mid-rangey sound. Please feel free to disagree with me. And these last set, which they claim were warm sounding, I did feel sounded best for this guitar. Do I think that would sound best for all the guitars in the world? I don't think so. I have a lovely Taylor, and I actually think that the more shiny feel of the Phosphor Bronze Nanoweb works a lot nicer than the Polyweb warms on the Martin. So in conclusion, I guess I'm not really being that helpful because I'm saying it'll depend what guitar you have and your personal preference if you like the high-end brilliance or you like something a bit more muted, which I'm pretty sure other string manufacturers will provide a little bit more consistently. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful and maybe entertaining. Please do let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I'd be very interested to know what other people think about the solo nuances and the differences between these different types of strings, and if the different materials and coatings did make a difference, or you were like, I don't know, it's a guitar, you just play it, bro, like get over yourself, like it's just, or you were like, don't even change the strings. 100-year-old strings are totally fine with me, which is absolutely valid. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and a like, and maybe give me a subscribe. I've got plenty more content planned on the way, so I will hopefully see you in the next one. See you later.